Welcome back to another hiking adventure. Today I'm at the Crystal Shores Conservation Area. There's a few small conservation areas clustered in this area, so we're going to check them out today. We're starting with Crystal Shores. Alright, so here is a look around of Crystal Lake. I am balancing on the top of a fallen tree, but gets you a little bit higher up. Very nice look at Crystal Lake, and there's some more nice rocky outcrop out there on the other side. And the always fun Pitchfork trail intersection. So we got the yellow trail going that way. The orange trail continues straight. And I don't see any blazes on the right trail. But we're going to jump on the yellow trail just because it's closer to the lake. And we've come up to what will probably be our best view of Crystal Lake. Wide open. And we got some grass growing at the base of the forest. Very interesting. Haven't seen that since we did Saddleback Mountain several years ago. It does make for an interesting mood, especially in May when so used to having very gray hikes. Here as we get much more green hikes for a while now. So we're going to check out Crystal Gorge Conservation Area now. How impressive will this gorge be? I don't know. Alright, so this place a little more formal than Crystal Shores Conservation Area, as we do have named trails and signage. So we are going to take the logging road trail down to the red trail, which will go through the gorge. These are some very nice open woods. So we come up to some signage. Sign over here. Let's see what this says. It is a trail intersection. The Hemlock Shortcut Trail. We're not taking any shortcuts today. We're going to stay on the Logging Road Trail as we follow it toward the gorge. And we've made it to the Porcupine Trail. So we are going to head off this way as we walk down the wall of our mini gorge here. And this trail is certainly not the easiest to follow here. You have to watch out for those blazings. It's pointing us up this way. And we've made it to the top of the cliff. Very nice. Not really the kind of hiking that you really expect to do in April. This is nice. We are right on the fringes of the city. This is like right on the border. But very, very nice. And I'm a little torn on the boulder of the hike. There's a couple of nice ones there, but I think I'm going to end up giving it to this one. Look at that flat one, kind of balancing there on the slope of the cliff. Little mini tunnel in there too, so we're gonna name that flat one the boulder of the hike, right there. And look at what we have right here, right along the trail. We have a lady slipper blooming. Very, very cool. It's been a few years since I've seen one of these along the trail. It's always really nice to see. And just a close-up of our cliff face, or I guess you could say half gorge. As we look back. Very cool. Again, not something you expect to hike through in the city of Haverhill, but here we are. There's a nice swampy area. It does trickle down over to here. Now this is a little more gorgy than where we just were with the steeper hills on each side of it. Again, it's probably a little more difficult to see on the camera than it is to see on person, but you do have a hill going on each side with the what would probably be a brook in higher water going through there. It's a little more gorge-like. And we've come up to the Arts Ridge Trail. So let's take a walk down there, see what Arts Ridge looks like. And so we've hiked up to the top side of one of those hills that we were looking up before, and I'd have to say this is the gorge here. This is definitely very gorge-like. And I've said this a couple times, but it's probably hard to see on the camera with the foliage coming out, but this is very much so gorge-like. This is the Crystal Gorge here. There's no doubt about that. And what would a hike be without a babbling brook? Was this a fancy sign? You can see Crystal Point Conservation Area is now called Rurak Point, something like that. So we are going to check this place out now, the third and final conservation area here that we are going to check out today along Crystal Street near Crystal Lake. So let's check it out. And there it is, the very corner of Crystal Lake, a little pocket here. It looks very, very nice. So let's get down there and check it out. Take you with me while I walk down here. Very serene point. Very, very nice. It looks like a sort of old stone work over there, stone bridge possibly. Either that or a beaver dam. One of the two. Oh, you have to love being able to zoom in on things. It honestly looked like a stone arch bridge from back here. It really does. Oh, it really does. Oh, but it is a beaver dam out there. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I mean, it looks like a stone bridge from here. It really does. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the trail. See what else is going on. This is probably Rurak Point here at the tip of this. I guess you could say it's a peninsula, kind of. It's definitely point-like. Well, someone spent a good amount of time making this primitive shelter, huh? So that was a nice way to end this trio of hikes. So I hope that you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching.